Okay, so before we dive into PowerShell again, let's talk about moving ownership of DNS to Office 365. As you may remember, I mentioned that Microsoft seems all too happy to take over managing your DNS records, but that it should not be allowed if you have any other need for DNS besides Office 365. Now, that's my opinion, and you can create custom records for non-Office 365 purposes when Microsoft is the DNS host. So if you're interested in changing your DNS hosting provider to Microsoft, that's what we're going to go over right now. The key to doing this is to point your domain name registrar to Microsoft's name servers. If you don't understand what this means, you will once we get to Objective 2 and go over DNS and registrars and authoritative name servers. But for now, just know that it is possible to make Microsoft the host of your DNS namespace, and to do so, you will need to know that these are the names of the servers you will have to provide to your registrar: ns1.bdm.microsoftonline.com and ns2.bdm.microsoftonline.com. And if you're planning on taking the exam, knowing these is important because they often come up as questions. Once you've made your changes to use Microsoft's name server, you have to go back to the domain section in Office 365 Admin Center, select the domain, and click DNS Management. This time we're going to choose Set up my online services for me, and Microsoft should be able to query your name servers, recognize them as Microsoft name servers, and then verify that it can successfully query and make changes to your domain. Once you're done, you're given new functionality to create other DNS records for your DNS namespace through Office 365. As you can see, the type of records available are extremely limited, including only TXT, CNAME, A, and Quad A or AAAA. Now, while this is probably all that's needed for many customers, I still think the limitation on record type makes it evident that this is not the correct solution for an enterprise organization, and they should continue to manage their own DNS namespace, whether that be via the registrar's DNS hosting service or some other DNS hosting service, or with on-premise DNS servers that are publicly reachable. Okay, let's get back into PowerShell.